Yo guys, Mike for Sim Racing 604 and welcome back to Assetto Corsa, and say hello for the first time to the GT-M Lux V8 from Race Sim Studio. Fans of GT3 racing will instantly recognize this as the Lexus RC F GT3. It features a front-mounted 5.4-liter V8 engine, and thanks to series homologation it weighs 1,300 kilograms and comes in just under 500 horsepower. This is the fourth GT3 car from Race Sim Studio, with the previous releases being the BMW M6, Lamborghini Huracan Evo, and the 2020 Mercedes-AMG. When they released the Beamer, I thought it was largely a waste of RSS's talents. Some of the greatest mods of all time have come from the team, and the thought of sim racing absorbing more GT3s did seem wasteful, but this went away when I drove the Lambo. The Huracan RSS ranks among the best cars I've ever driven in Assetto Corsa. It's fun, loud, fast, and stylish, and a big step up from the Kunos Huracan GT3. And then we got the Mercedes, or the Mercer as RSS calls it, and this car is truly outstanding. Easily one of the best mods ever created for Assetto Corsa, and a must-have if you're a fan of GT3. So will the Lux thrill me to that same degree? The amount of work that went into developing it says yes. Like many other recent AC mods, the Lux takes advantage of the custom shaders patch and adds more realistic features to the car. So let's get it out on track and see if it stacks up with the rest of the excellent GTM cars. Alright, so time to drive the GTM Lux by Race Sim Studio. Obviously here at Imola, we've got a field of other GTM cars to take on. And we'll just put in probably 5 or 6 laps here. Right now I've got the engine map set to 0, meaning the lowest. So interestingly, if you map a button to engine map via Content Manager, this is the message you get. Whenever you hit that button, it always stays at 0 for some reason, at least with my version of custom shaders patch. So what you might have to do is just reference the dash screen at the bottom center of your screen there. You can see kind of in the lower right there's a 0 with a light blue box. That is the engine map setting. So again, right now it's 0. But if I push the button, I have a rotary dial set to it. So it went to 2, 1, and I'll go back to 0. So this is, again, the lowest. So we'll crank it up to 2 once we get some heat in the tires. But for right now, just kind of getting things warmed up. Just before sunset here at Imola. So initial driving impressions, it's unbelievably good. It's Race Sim Studio. I mean, I expect nothing less. I haven't always agreed with their choice of cars, but I kind of became a fan of their GT3 cars, or GTM as they call it. And this one seems to be as good as most of them. I think probably, I mean, I've had some time to put in a couple hours with this car now, and I think probably the Mercer still reigns supreme for me, followed by the Lanzo, and then this Lux, but it's still a very, very nice car. The feel through my wheel is just unbelievable. I'm not even running my primary wheel. I'm running my CSLDD because I'm testing something that's under embargo. And yeah, so I don't even have my R12. To me, the R12 just delivers superior force feedback, and I don't even have my Moza R12 hooked up. This is just my CSLDD, and the feeling of this car is unreal. Huge levels of detail of force feedback. You can just feel exactly what the car is doing. Race Sim Studio has done an absolutely magnificent job. I guess it would be the suspension that they've modeled, or whatever is making this car feel good. You just feel very, very connected to it. And I maintain that these cars are as good as anything we get from ACC. ACC, of course, the king of GT3 cars. But yeah, I think this feels as good as anything I've ever driven in ACC. And I do have other cars out here. We just can't see them. I don't know where they are on track at the moment. Hopefully we catch up to some and we get some traffic to deal with. But I believe this is lap number 2. I think I've babbled for about 5 minutes now, so we can probably dial up the engine map to 2 and see if we can put in a lap. Probably be somewhere around the 146, 47 mark, if everything goes according to plan. Or is this just lap 1? Yeah, maybe this is just lap 1. Getting confused with my recordings here. Alright, so we'll go one more. Tires do at least seem to take some time to get up to temperature, as you might expect with a car like this. But yeah, that little bump on the start-finish straight here at Imola felt so phenomenal through the wheel. You just feel everything. Great engine note, 5.4 liter V8. And yeah, I don't know where everyone is. The truck looks beautiful though. Just before sunset here. Tough to navigate through that corner there. Front end didn't really want to bite, fought me back a little bit. But you get scenarios like this through the chicane where you can take a ton of curb and not upset the car. It gets a little bit squirrely on the exit, but nothing too bad. Just about what you'd expect from a GT3 car. Alright, let's go with engine map 2 here. Try and get a good launch out of the final corner, then set our first timed lap. Sorry, our first full pace lap. Somebody already went into the pits. He did his warm up. He's like, enough of this. Look at that skybox. Gorgeous. Push my braking zone ahead there quite a bit. Broke too early there. I promise you there are other cars out here. The timing of my pit exit could not have been worse, apparently. So you can see that delta climbing. That's what happens when you switch from engine map 0 to 2. Car's just straight up faster in a straight line. Accelerating out of that chicane, or that complex rather. You can see the time just falling. Now nearly 2.5 seconds better than my previous best. Little lock up there. Slightly too hard on the brakes. This will be 2.48 seconds faster than my previous best, putting us in the low 146s, I think. High 145, sorry. Told you there was other cars. We of course have cockpit adjustable, traction control, and ABS, but I think I forgot to map it. So I'm just running default setup here. And yeah, the sense of control you get with this car, the sense of grip and connection is phenomenal. These GTM cars are second to none for that. As I say, I think if you did like a blind test, had we never heard of ACC, and you said, I'm bringing 2 new GT3 sim cars to market. One is the GTM, and the other is the Assetto Corsa Competizione. and you just judged it based on the sense of connection, I think these GTM cars might come out on top. I think these are absolutely phenomenal. Again, I'm not saying that Assetto Corsa is a better GT3 sim than ACC, but just in terms of the feeling of the cars, I actually think these GTM cars are superior. But we just don't have the, you know, number of skins and the full, you know, tracks and, you know, the full car roster to this level of detail that we have at ACC. So yeah, ACC is untouched as the GT3 king, but yeah, if you're looking for a really great feeling GT3 car, look no further than the GTM pack. And again, my order would be the Mercer, then the Lanzo, then this, then the Bayer. All right, we got some traffic. So it looks like, interestingly, another Lux. Can I turn down my traction control? Nope, forgot to map it. I could do with slightly less traction control. Just feel the slightest bit of sluggishness on corner exit. Oh, sorry. I thought that was a Lux. It's actually a Bayer, aka the BMW M6. All clear. Chasing down definitely a Lanzo. I think a Lanzo and another Bayer. So that's the Lamborghini and the BMW. We got plenty of fuel. We can do 1 or 2 more laps. We'll see how traffic plays out. Sorry, that's the Mercer. I stink at identifying these. Wow, these cars. So yeah, that's the one right there. That Mercer. That is among the best driving experiences you'll have in sim racing, period, and certainly for GT3. I have some track to work with here. Let's see if we can end on a personal best here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Awful corner. Yeah, we got some track. All right, let's see if we can end on a personal best here. This will be the final lap coming up, no matter what. But I'll see if I can put together something south of 1 minute 45.64. Come on, baby. Track limit violation? I think so. Still on track for a PB though. Oh. Oh. All right, that was an ugly one. Can we go one more? That sky is so pretty. How could I resist? So that will technically be a personal best, but kind of ugly there at the end. And I may or may not have had a track limit violation. And I won't get it here because of traffic. Yep, already down 4/10. All right, so this will do it. Technically the last lap was a personal best, so mission accomplished. So I accomplished my mission, I should say. But yeah, so overall, I mean, the Lux, extremely good. Extremely good. I'm not smitten with it the way I am the Mercer. But it's just down to personal preference, really. And again, as far as connection with cars, I highly... Oh, come on, man. What is that? Guy just slammed on his brakes. I highly recommend these cars. If you're a fan of GT3, I don't think you can do much better than this, quite frankly. So yeah, well done once again to Race Sim Studio. This car is €4 and is available now, along with the other GTM cars. Get them all if you can. Nice way to complement Assetto Corsa's GT3s. And yeah, we will wrap it there once I cross the start-finish line. If I ever get stopped for this corner. Having a little trouble, folks. Having a little trouble. I think it's time to wrap the video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.